So, Matt, as you know, this season on the podcast, I'm trying to give each of my guests ownership of their own episode by giving them a platform to make a presentation on whatever they want, as long as it is party room related. So, what do you got for me today?
All right. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit of trivia, PRFF trivia.
Oh boy.
Now, for the folks at home and for Jacob, it is pretty simple. Answer the questions correctly for points, add up the points at the end for your total score. Now, the challenge here is Jacob is going to play this, and then we're going to keep track of his score. And I want people, watching this to keep track of their own score and then post in the chat if you beat Jacob.
Oh boy.
So,
all right, let me grab a pen and paper so I can keep track of my score.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So, arguably, I should be the best at this, given that I'm the group historian almost.
Potentially, although I will say that while many of these questions are like your typical trivia questions that you would expect to see in a trivia scenario, a lot of these are very thinly veiled, obscure statistic reveals, just for fun. So there's going to be some stats related questions that really it's not really important, but it's just kind of fun for discussion's sake, I feel like. So, all right.
So realistically, what do you think I will score?
I think you will probably get at least 50 to 75% of the points that you can get, I think.
I thought you were going to say 50 questions, right? And I was like, Matt, we do not have
50 questions. No, there are 17 questions.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
All right. First question. We'll start out with a relatively easy one, just to get everybody into the game. For 1 point, which of these films did not win the Golden Dewey? My Girlfriend's Bargain Batman, End of the Bloodline, The Rotten Roommate, I'm a Monster.
My Girlfriend is a Screen, because he submitted it 28 days late. That was the year that Bargain Batman won the Golden Dewey.
All right, is that your final answer? Lock in
Locking in A.
That is correct.
Oh!
Jacob gets a point. All right.
All right.
Congratulations. That's 1 point for you. All right, moving on to the second question. Question number 2. Of the 64 films, how many start with the word the? So, for example, The Mousetrap Killer, The Rotten Roommate. How many of them start with the?
Oh my God. All right. And
again, this goes without saying, but it's, I encourage people to just not look it up and use the honor system and, pretend you're at a restaurant. It's trivia night. It breaks the spirit of it if you cheat.
I'm going with B, 16.
Is that your final answer?
I'm locking it in.
All right. The answer is E, 11.
Dang. The lowest number?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
11. Now, in case anyone, I'm going to cover something here real quick, because someone may point out the fact that on the YouTube channel, Tanner's Trilogy, a couple of the films are only listed as Chronicles of Light. However, I went by the poster, and the title of the film actually does include it is The Chronicles of Light, not just Chronicles of Light. Just in case anybody was going to try to call me out on that one.
In case any of them are being nerds.
Yeah. What a concept. I'll say that to the best of my knowledge, all the answers I have in here are correct. However, I went through these, and I can't confirm 100% that these are all 100% accurate, but I did the best I could. All right, question 3. 2 points. To date, how many films has the character Bon Burgundy appeared in?
Oh. It's either 3 or 4. Hold on. Everybody shut up. because we get his first appearance in Me versus a Billion Lions, Greatest Showdown. Then I know that he is in my film, and he is also he is in Unstoppable Force. He was also in I'm a Monster, but I feel like there's a fourth one that I just can't.
Tick, tick. The arbitrary clock is ticking.
All right, I'm going with 3.
You're locking that in?
I guess.
All right. I researched this more thoroughly than a lot of the other questions, so I'm pretty confident that this is correct. But the answer that I found was 3.
Yes.
3 appearances.
Boom.
So you get the 2 points. Now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bonus chance. What's
Here we go.
this? Can you name the 3 films? You just did. So 1 bonus point for each appearance you name. I think you already named them all, right?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
For those
So
keeping track at
you had,
home, I'm at 6.
because you had Greatest Showdown, and then you had the Unstoppable Force. You had I'm a Monster, right?
Right.
There you go.
Amazing.
So that's 3 more points for you. All right. Let's go on. Question 4 for 1 point. The coin flip was heads in which film? Photophoria or Photophobia?
No, that's not fair. No, hold on. No. No. That's not fair. That's not fair. Will you help me in like which one was Trevor's and which one was Paul's? Or do I need to know that?
I am merely presenting the questions to you.
So the head is whenever Paul is looking to the left, he says, like, there's something over there, right? So that was Trevor's film. So, like, I have the knowledge. The knowledge I don't have is if it's phobia or phoria. I always refer to these films as the photoverse. I'm going to go. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot, man. Let's go photophobia with a B.
Lock that in?
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Thanks.
You got it. You got the point. Congrats, my friend. Good job.
That's a brutal question. That should be worth way more than 1 point.
All right. Well, there'll be some higher point values coming up. Question 5, 1.5 points. In which film did the character Dr. Von Stice have the most screen time? Enter the Bloodline, Enter the Bloodline 2, The M Squad, or Life is Not Meaningless?
It's either B or C. I want to say I'm going to go with B. Lock that in. Into the Bloodline 2.
Got it.
Yes.
Good job. Now, I don't have the exact totals, but I do believe, I think End of the Bloodline, I'm only on screen for like 21 seconds roughly.
Mm-hmm.
End of the Bloodline 2, it's over a minute. I can't remember exactly, but it's like a minute something. And then the M Squad, I believe it's 50 something seconds. And then Life is Not Meaningless is 0 seconds. So, all right. Question 6. 2 points. Which film had the largest margin of victory for the Golden Dewey? Which one won by the most votes? Also, I did not take into consideration, or sorry, I did, like, I know that Tick Tick had the tiebreaker vote. So I went off of what the final result was after the tiebreaker.
We're going to do process of elimination. Rotten Roommate, I lost by 1 point, so that one's out. Tick Tick was tied with Sir Sam, so that one's out. Bargain Batman was year 1, 2, 3. It's not I'm a Monster. It's either End of Bloodline or Bargain Batman. What year was Bargain Batman? Is the question. That was year 3. No, that was year 4. No, year 4 was Tick Tick. Largest margin of victory for Golden Dewey. I'm saying Bargain Batman. Lock it in. C.
The answer is End of the Bloodline.
Really? Dang.
Yes, sir. The largest margin of
Nice.
victory was the first year. End of the Bloodline beat out Evil by 3 votes. And Tick Tick had 2 after. Ready?
All right.
All right.
Hopefully we're good. Let's do a little. And we're back. Sorry for those technical difficulties.
So Bargain Batman had 8 votes, but after the 7-vote penalty, Kill Happy was dropped from 14 down to 7. Therefore, Bargain Batman had the 1 vote win, and then Tick Tick obviously had a tie. I'm a Monster by 1. Rotten Roommate beat Meaningless McGlone Fever Dream by 1. So every single year, the vote has come down to either a tie or a 1-vote difference, except the very first year. So that just goes to show how tightly contested the Golden Dewey is, and how hard it is to win one.
That's really interesting. I thought Evil and End of Bloodline was closer than that, so that's
It
interesting.
was 9-6, I believe, was the tally.
Wow. Wow, Andrew's not that good. Wow.
He is the most recent Dewey champion, so keep that in mind. And actually keep that in mind because that could come into play later, talking about who's quote-unquote good. Anyway, let's go to question 7. Question 7 is 2.5 points. To date, there have been several different PRFF-related podcasts. Collectively, how many total episodes have been released thus far?
Oh boy.
Now, I will say that this total does include the ChatGPT Christmas special, and it even includes the April Fool's spoof podcast.
Does it include the mini pods?
It does. It includes all of the main podcasts, including The Year from Cody. It includes the first couple of episodes so up to this point, we're recording this on January 14th, and only 2 of this season's episodes have been released so far. So It includes those. It includes the ChatGPT. It includes the spoof April Fool's podcast, the mini pods, the fantasy football podcast as well. Can't forget about that one.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. Oh no. All right, that adds a lot. Okay. So like 14 times 2. Like let's make this simple. Season 1 and 2 of the PRFFP. Let's just call that 28, right? 13 times 2, 20. First we had Landers, then we lost Landers, but we added Levi. So should just be 13 times 2 plus 2. Well, no, because I did a Landers episode. Let's just call it 28. All right. Now, Cody would have done. See, that's that's not fair. That gets really tricky. I don't know how many episodes Cody actually has released because I can't. I don't want to be mean, so I won't say anything. And I mean, like, it's safe to assume that there were 13 episodes of the mini pods and at least 13 episodes of the football one because he tried to get everybody. So, like, 28 plus 26 would put us around the 66 mark. But the real kicker is the season 3 mishaps. Because he did release a lot on the day of festival.
Sure did. We were inundated with content that day.
But then he also has released some these past few weeks, so I don't actually know like how many are out there now. Let's put our faith in Cody and say that he did 13 as well. No, let's not do that because I was not interviewed, and I don't believe he was interviewed either. So instead of 13, that would put us 13 or 12. That would put us back around 10. I'm going with 76 because that feels like a good number. It's either 76 or 73. I feel like 76. Lock it in.
All right. So by my count, to my knowledge, the best of my knowledge, the answer is C, 73. Because we have
that hurts. I did so much math for that.
And that's the thing too. The problem with that is because the first season you had all the directors, but then you had the council special at the end. But then the second season, but then the first season you didn't have a Cody episode because he didn't turn it to film that year. And then the second season, but then you had the Landers episode, but then the second season you also had the wife episode as a substitute for the Landers episode since he wasn't there. And then you had the council as well. So you had 27 the first 2 years you did it. And then there were 13 mini pods. So that brings the total up to 40. And then there were 17 fantasy football pods. So that's 57. Yes.
So did they do double interviews, I suppose?
They did a few where it was just them. They didn't have a guest every week.
Okay.
So that's 57. And then Cody released 12. Now he released a couple of wife episodes. So there are a few missing directors. However, they were a little bit of compensation because he had a couple of wife episodes. So that brings the total up to 69. Then we have the spoof, the April Fool's thing. So that's 70. The Chat GPT is 71. And then the 2 episodes up to this point as of January 14th for this season. So that's 73.
Interesting.
As far as I know, that's everything.
No, I mean, that sounds correct. I can't believe I was off by 3, though.
All right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you did well. You were pretty close. I appreciated the effort, though, to try to think through that. That was good. Question 8. This one's worth 3.68 points. Which film has the longest opening shot?
Now, this is like before there's a cut?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, I will say that I didn't take into account like credits or graphics or anything. So, for example, for Zach on the Couch, the Nickelodeon symbol comes up. I counted that as a graphic. That does not count as a shot to me.
Oh, then Zach on the Couch. Lock
and
that in.
I can't remember if there's any other credits in any of them, but sorry, what'd you say? Zach on the Couch, D?
Yeah, it's got to be that one, right?
All right, the answer is C, Procrastination 2, with a 1:36 opening shot of you and Cody just talking with no cuts.
And that's a 1:36?
It goes on for a 1:36, and then it dissolves to another shot. But yeah, I was surprised when I found that out, that in fact, and these are the top 5 longest opening shots in PRFF history. So Procrastination 2 with the longest, and then Zach on the Couch, 1:14, Life is Not Meaningless, 42.5 roughly, Tick Tick roughly 34.5, Red Band Trailer 32. So yeah, that's a tough one, but I would have thought Zach on the Couch as well. I would have thought for sure when I was doing the research, I thought that would be the clear winner, but as it happens, no. However, you have a chance to redeem yourself here because, another bonus chance. What's going to happen? You can get 7.5 bonus points if you correctly name the film with the shortest opening shot in PRFF history. So this is a big opportunity for you. There's a lot of points potentially to be had here.
You're a bad man. You're a bad man.
Out of 64 films, which film has the shortest opening shot ever?
Am I allowed to look at a list of the films just to kind of jog my memory? Or no?
Yeah, you can pull up the playlist, all the films playlist.
Okay. Can I watch all the films real quick?
No. I'll give you like a couple minutes. I'll give you an arbitrary amount of time, but the arbitrary clock continues to tick as always. So
I want to say, actually, no, I have my answer. I'm going to say it's meaningless because it starts out with like that, basically them like slamming their drinks down. So it like cuts almost immediately. I'm pretty sure.
Is that what you want to lock in?
Yeah, let's lock that one in.
You got 7.5 points. You got 7.5 points for that one, buddy. Because that's the only opening shot that's less than 1 second long. Out of all
Are you keeping
64
track of my
films.
points?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I think I've got them all tracked.
Sweet.
Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I think I've gotten all of the. Because there were 7 questions and then 2 bonus questions.
Yep. All right.
Cool. All right. Let's move on. Good job. Question number 9. This one is worth 3 points. How many films have footage that was shot outside of the U.S.?
All right. Rotten Doppel. Betrayal. Landers. Because Andrew is singing in the shower in Japan.
Good call.
Chronicles of Light 5 is in Israel. Now, this year, Andrew did sing again in another shower in Paris, but I don't believe it was on screen. So could you tell me if that would count or not?
It has to be on screen.
Okay. I don't believe he was on screen, so I'm going with... I'm looking through the all films thing just to like scrolling really quickly to just see if anything else like pops out to me. But I'm going 3.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
All right. By my count, the answer is 5.
Really? Okay.
And the reason for that is you named 3 of them. They're all correct. But what you're forgetting is in Call of Duty Unsightly Zombies, the captain footage at the beginning, I actually shot that for Trevor from my hotel room in Japan.
Are you kidding me?
So, and then I reused that shot for the M Squad. So that is where the 5 comes into play. Now,
do you want to know something? I was like, whenever I was watching your film, like for this interview, I noticed that there was like a Japanese lettering next to you. And I was just curious because I figured it was like a green screen shot and you just put like random hospital behind you and didn't think about that. So was that not a green screen shot?
No, I was sitting on my bed in the hotel when I did that shot.
So that background is real.
Yes, that is the hotel room in Tokyo, Japan that I was in. So that's now again, I'm with you. I don't remember there being any on-screen footage of Andrew in Paris. If that is wrong, then I apologize for incorrect info. But as far as I know, from I didn't research this as thoroughly as I would have liked to, but I do think that 5 is the answer.
I think you got it.
All right, let's move on. All right, question 10, 3 points. When did PRFF 0, the OG virtual festival, take place? We showed all of our old projects. That was the initial concept that Andrew had before we actually took it and made new content.
I've got nothing on this. I'm going C because that seems like a good one, but this is a pure guess. No, June. Wait, January, February, March, and April. Oh, April. I'm going April. No, all right. This is my final answer. May 11th. Lock in.
May 11th? All right. Answer is D, May 26th, 2020.
It was the one that I didn't say.
Who would have thought back on that fateful day, May 26, 2020, that we would endeavor to have we would end up all of these years later
Mm-hmm.
with a we would end up with the most legendary film festival possibly in the history of mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly the most underground.
right. All right, question number 11. Who has the most Best Actor nominations? Now, this has nothing to do with the like it just, in terms of who won Best Actor and everything, that's not really in play here as much as who got nominated. So, like, when you go in to submit, oh, this is the person I'm putting up for Best Actor this year.
Mm-hmm.
Who has been put up for Best Actor collectively the most in PRFF history?
So Smart Money says it's either Matt or Zach, given that they are in the most films. So, like, statistically, I feel like it makes sense to go either B or C. Again, I'm going to go through real quick just to see if I, like... You know what? I'm just going to go with you. Letter B, lock in.
The answer is Trevor with 8.
Okay.
Believe it or not. Now, it's interesting about the thing about this data here. Trevor and Zach are the only two directors to have been nominated every single year for at least one film for Best Actor, and Trevor has, I think, 3 years with multiple nominations. So there's actually a 4-way tie for third. I think Sam and I believe Paul, if I'm not mistaken, also had 5 Best Actor nominations. So yeah, that is where that comes into play. But yeah, so pretty wild stuff. Let's move on. Question number 12. 2.35 points. Now, Chuckles won Best Actor in PRFF 2, but which human did he beat by 1 vote?
All right. Party Room 2. He won that for Rotten Doppel.
I mean, the Rotten Roommate.
Was it me? Or, yeah, Rotten Roommate. Was it me? Did he beat me?
Is that what you want to lock in?
Yeah.
D?
Yeah, I think so.
He actually beat Zach for Sweaty Gains.
Dang.
By 1 vote. I think you were third, I believe,
in
the voting. Pretty sure.
What are these point values, Matt? The last one was like 3.22. This one's 235. What are you...
It is my guesstimation as to how many points the question should be worth based on my guesstimation as to how difficult it is.
Okay.
So that is where they come from. Question 13. Now, which team won the Civil War battle in PRFF 5? Now, this one's worth a point. It's red and it's blue. Now, think back. Remember what the powers that be had come together to decide here. And I want you to tell me which team won the Civil War battle.
This is a team captain pulling an alpha move and showing domination. It would be the red team, Matt. Lock in.
Now, okay, you locking that in? All right. Well, look at that. You're correct. I just wanted to remind everybody that the red team did, in fact, win the Civil War battle. So that's a point. That is a point for Jacob. He's back on the board. All right, question number 14, 1.83 points. Which director has the shortest combined runtime of all of their party room submissions? And I added these totals up based off of the YouTube watch page and not the YouTube thumbnail, because for some reason the YouTube thumbnail is 1 second longer than the YouTube watch page. I don't know why, but that is where I got these numbers from.
I feel like I keep using the phrase smart money, but I stand by it. I feel like smart money is Cody because he didn't submit a film. So everybody else has like 5 years worth of films, whereas Cody has 4 years.
Except for Aaron,
worth.
he has 4.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but Aaron's films are long. Aaron's films are long, aren't they? Yes. Sam's films are long. Trevor kind of gets in and gets out a lot. It's either Trevor or Cody. Let's go. And Cody doesn't do long films either, is the thing. He does like kind of medium films, I feel like. I'm going Cody. Lock in. C.
Boom. There you go. 1.83 points to you. He had 16 minutes and 20 seconds collectively over his 4 submissions, so his average length is only 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Mm.
And then Trevor, yeah, you had it down. I mean, Trevor and Cody were the two. Now, these are just like 5 people I picked out. This isn't necessarily like the shortest 5 collective run times. I didn't run the numbers for everybody.
Yeah.
So there might be someone who has a collectively shorter run time than like Mitchell or Sam or someone, but I think I feel pretty confident about Cody. Now, obviously, Landers and Levi have shorter collectively, but yeah. So good job, you got it. Question number 15. We're coming up toward the end here. 2.42 points. Pick the group of directors that have never submitted a film longer than 8 minutes. It's one group here. There's a group here that has never submitted a film longer than 8 minutes.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm not going to look at the films, the all films list, because that would. Yeah. So let me close that. All right. Mitchell's longest film is definitely Life Is Not Meaningless. I have no clue how long that was. Andrew's longest film. Andrew does long films. I feel like I'm a Monster was like long as well. Sam. Okay. All right. Levi, short films. Trevor, short films. Again, there's Sam. This is a dumb question, man.
I knew you'd hate it.
Well, see, the other thing is that, all right, B and D are the same, except you add Josiah. And so that's where it's like Josiah. Let's go through Josiah's films. His longest one would have been Snapped, for sure. But the issue is like, is that 750 or is that? I'm gonna go with B. Lock in.
All right.
I have so much anxiety about this one. I don't know why.
I'm discovering now that I actually screwed up this question.
Yay, I win.
Screwed up the answer.
I win by default. Give me the points.
Because I had done the research on this, but apparently I must have left a film out because that's weird. Like, I don't know if you want to edit this out or leave it in, but either way, is it cool if I just like edit that real quick and you edit that into the thing?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Now we'll just pretend that never happened.
Okay.
So B, you feel confident about B?
No, I think it's C.
Shut up.
I think it's B. Lock in. I think it's B.
All right. Now, to the best of my knowledge, the answer is C. Cody, Josiah, Levi, and Jacob.
How long was, just off the top of your head, how long was Josiah's first year film, Snap?
Like 5 minutes or something.
Really? I thought it was
Yeah.
like massively long for some reason.
No. Yeah, like obviously Cody submits short films. Josiah has had some long films, but they've never gone beyond 8 minutes. Perfect was just under 8 minutes long, and Interconvolution was only about 6.5 minutes.
Mhm.
Obviously, he didn't go above 8 minutes this past year. So, yeah, he has never actually gone beyond 8 minutes with his films, as far as I am aware.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, because The Greatest Showdown was almost 8, but not quite 8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, question number 16, the penultimate question for 1 point. Which director has had 2 of his films featured the Best Actor Award winner?
Mm-hmm. 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 Best actors from each year. We have Chuckles. We have Sarah. And then I don't remember anybody else. Who won it this year? I can't remember that. I'm gonna go with Aaron, assuming that either Levi or Trevor won Best Actor for Science. So
Lock it
lock
in?
in Aaron. Lock in Aaron.
The answer is Andrew.
Dang it.
Zach. So Zach tied with Matt in year 1. Matt for Mousetrap Killers, Zach for Evil. And then Sarah won outright for Pegged.
Yep, that's it. Dang it.
And then Zach won this past year for Mr. Numbers. So that would be Paul.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we've gone through all the questions. We've had our highs, we've had our lows, we've had our technical issues. Now it's time to go to the final question. 4.07 points. Who has the most total combined votes all time for the Golden Dewey?
Interesting. I want to say Paul. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's got to be Paul because, well, for one, he's come in second twice. So, I mean, he's had it. But because year 4 we had a tie, that means he got like an extra 10 votes.
No, I did not count those.
Okay.
I only counted up until the tie.
Okay. I was about to say, I was so happy with my knowledge for a second.
No, that makes sense. But no, I only tallied them up. I didn't take into account any late votes either. Like voting, like it's whatever people submitted. So even if a film was late, those Golden Dewey votes still get tallied up.
I mean, I think Paul is still a safe answer because he's come in second twice. So that means like he's been up there. I'm thinking through one more time. I mean, I came in second year 2, and then like third year 5. Andrew, I'm going Paul. Lock in.
Well, my friend, congratulations, because you got the 4.07. Paul has collectively 32 all-time Golden Dewey votes. This is the top 5 right here. Paul with 32, Andrew second all-time with 29, Josiah with 23, and then Jacob and Zach are tied for 4th with 21 each.
Very nice.
So there you have it.
Amazing. So what's my final score?
Well, now as far as if my math was correct and I added these all correctly, which I don't know if I did or not, I believe the maximum possible score is 49.07. It appears you came out with a grand total of 22 9/10 points. 22.9 is your final score.
That feels reasonable. I think that'll stand the test of against the nerd group. Although I do realize now that talking through my process might lead them to the answers as well. So they're just going to get the same score as me.
Or maybe they'll think through it and realize, no, what you're saying isn't correct, and then they'll get answers. Or perhaps they'll just want to be a contrarian because like they'll be like, well, actually, I think it's this, and they'll answer something different than you. So who's to say? But yeah, that's the challenge. I challenge everybody, post your score in the chat. How did you do?
Actually, we're trying to figure out the algorithm. So if you would like and comment your score below the video,
if you would do that as well, if you really wanted to. I mean, yeah, who needs the Discord anyway? Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
make the chat great again. Let's go back to Messenger.